Are you feeling frisky?
No, I'm not feeling frisky. I'm in a bad fucking mood.
Okay.
I might look good, but I feel bad. It's pissing me off.
Sorry, I'm gonna boot. Hold on.
It's ruining my blowout buzz. It's pissing me off. Welcome to another episode of I've Always Been This Way. I just have to tell you guys that this week I am in a shit mood and I got a blowout today and I can't even have a blowout buzz because I'm in a bad mood, so it's pissing me off. So I'm going to try to get out of this bad mood, but if I can't, at least maybe I can get you out of your bad mood. So, this week's episode, I was with my husband over the weekend, and he did something, some kind of silly dance move outside of the car or whatever, and he's like, "Is that not a good move for you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm classy, Trashy. I love that. I love that move. I love him being silly and whatever." And so then I was thinking about what is classy, trashy, and I didn't come up with a definition because that would mean I had to go on AI or some bullshit, and I don't do that. So y'all know what classy means, and y'all know what trashy means. I'm kind of a combination of both. So I was trying to think of things that I had done over the years that were classy, trashy, or just funny things that would put me into the classy, trashy category. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being in the classy, trashy category, or sometimes being classy and sometimes being trashy. But usually it's best to be what I call classy, trashy. And so with that, I'm going to take a sip of this wine because I'm in a shitty mood. And for all you who think that I'm an alcoholic, I am not. Apparently, I have some haters now. And what I have to say to you guys is, fuck you guys. But I love you too. I don't care. If you're listening and you hate me, and you're listening and you like me, I don't give a fuck. It's all good. You're listening. Don't care. So I was thinking what classy, trashy was for me. And so, I wrote down a few things. Okay, so everybody knows that I like to drink wine. Okay, no big secret. Not at all. And if it is, you're a total fucktard because you should know this about me by now. Cars need gasoline to drive. I need wine to thrive. You understand what I'm fucking saying? Okay? That's what it is. Gas to drive, wine to thrive. So that's really why I drink. Well, fuck it. I don't know why I drink. I just like to drink. Anyway, so the first thing I was thinking about is just generally, on a day-to-day basis, kind of my personality. I try to be nice to people, but then all of a sudden they do something that pisses me off, or I just want to curse, or a combination of the two. And there often have been times where I'm nice to a person to their face, but really they're pissing me off, or I'm thinking evil thoughts about them. So that probably would put me into the classy, trashy category in that situation. But as far as drinking wine, what I was thinking about the other day is classy, trashy. Okay, classy, I'm trying to be sophisticated and go learn something at the movie theater. Trashy, I bring one of those big old corksicle things and I put my bottle of wine in it and I drink it when I'm in the movie. Usually I don't drink the bottle by myself. If I do, I'm not driving. Relax, fuckers. I'm stupid, and classy, trashy, I'm not irresponsible. And there is a fucking difference. So I'll bring my wine into the movie theater, and I just, I'll buy their exorbitantly priced popcorn, But they don't sell wine at the movie theater, so what the fuck am I supposed to do? You gotta sneak it in. I mean, because sometimes the movie really sucks and it's boring. But at least, you're sitting there and you're having your Sour Patch Kids, like, inside your popcorn, which is also probably classy trashy. Because, like, I like to put candy inside my popcorn. Maybe it's a common thing. I don't know. But I love that shit. Anyway, so I will also, like, there's this one bar that my husband and I go to, sometimes just the two of us, and other times with couples or our family or our kids or whatever. And they have, like, tapped or cocktails on tap. But their cocktails are not strong enough. So I usually bring a purse full of pocket shots or mini bottles or whatever you call them in there because the drink is so weak. So, I mean, I just think, plus, I mean, that's just economical. I don't even know if that falls into the classy trashy category. I mean, it is a little trashy to go in a bar and pull your alcohol out of your purse, but fuck it. Make a good drink or I'm going to bring my own. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, in that regard, pretty classy trashy. Or just trashy. And I'm totally okay with being just trashy. And by the way, I'm still in a shit mood. I'm wasting this blowout on a bad mood. And by the way, I will not look this good next week. Shit, I don't even look this good now. Probably. I haven't even looked in the mirror, like, more than to, like, slap some lipstick on, but I'm totally wasting my blowout on a cranky buzz. Like, I need a real buzz, not a cranky buzz. Anyway, I digress, as per usual. Another thing, trashy for me, like, if you're in a hot tub or in a swimming pool, and you just blatantly pee in there, in your pool, your hot tub, or somebody else's, that is trashy. So what I do in my hot tub, I put my fat ass over the side, pee, and then take a little water from the hot tub and give me like a little vaginal douche or whatever, clean off my little twat area, and I get back in the hot tub. And my husband's like, I can't believe you do that. And I said, fuck you, dude. You are a fucktard. I swear, he has peed in every square inch of our backyard. And that's totally okay. But when I take a piss off the side of the hot tub, that's a problem. But I really consider that to be classy and or classy trashy. Because at least it's obvious I'm choosing not to pee in my hot tub. Which, if I chose to, I'm the only motherfucker that cleans it. So if I want to piss in there, I will. But I don't. But I could. But I don't. You know why? Because I'm classy trashy. That's why. So, and the men go like on the other side of the hot tub and take a piss, and they're classy, but I'm trashy for putting my ass over the side. Ridiculous. I'm just not listening to that. In fact, I just think I'm being classy, if we're being frank. And I'm not going to say if I'm being honest, because by the way, fuckers, not always 100% honest, but I never say, if any of you fuckers ever catch me saying, to be honest with you, I want you to jump through whatever forum you're listening to this on and punch me in the throat. Because when you say to be honest with you, it means you're a fucking liar. Okay? So write that down in your notes. Anyway, as per usual, I digress. Oh, shit. Another thing that I do that's classy trashy, I always offer to bring macaroni and cheese to my friends' houses. And they're like, oh my God, your macaroni and cheese is the best. And so what I do is I make a giant thing of the Stouffer's mac and cheese in the oven, and then I put it in the crock pot, and I add milk, and I add more cheese, and then I put more cheese on the top, and I put parsley, and boom, homemade. Hey, listen, fuckers, it is homemade. I made it at my house, so fuck you guys. It's homemade. But claiming that's your own, it's a little classy trashy. But I'm also okay with that. And if somebody came here and did that, and the food was good, I don't give a shit. Thank you for bringing something to my house. I love it. I'll eat it. It's excellent. It makes you classy, trashy. Fuck it. Just be who you are. As I'm always telling everybody, just be your authentic self. And most of who I am is classy, trashy. So, another funny thing, I don't know how funny it is to people who are listening to this. They might think it's gross. And it is. But that's what makes it classy, trashy. So, anytime I go to a wedding or anything like this, and oh my God, I hope that those that are listening to me, I don't show up at a wedding anytime soon that you're at, because you'll be like, oh my God, is this true? And what I'm talking about is, if you've ever gotten Spanx, okay? So I'll wear Spanx because I'm a little bit of a fat fuck and I want to look decent, like, in my outfit. So I'll put these Spanx on, but inevitably, when you're wearing Spanx, you end up pissing all over yourself. Because they put this little flap where you're supposed to spread it and pee at this perfect little spot. No. So what I do, classy, mostly trashy. The classy part is wearing the Spanx so I don't look like a fat slob. The trashy part is I spend $1 bazillion on Spanx and then I cut out the crotch area so that when I pee, I don't pee on myself or on the clothes I'm wearing. But it might make me classy trashy, but the people at Spanx also need to fucking realize nobody wants to piss on themselves. You're supposed to be at a nice event. If you're wearing Spanx, I mean, don't put me in that position. Understand that I want to cover up my 22-pound gut with some Spanx. At least be appreciative of the fact that I did that. And let's not dwell on the fact that I cut out the crotch so I can take a pee. Okay? It's just who I am. I'm sorry. Design better shapewear for women. You stupid fucks. Or maybe it's these women that design this shit that, like, have these teeny tiny, like, little perfectly dispensed urine or whatever. I don't fucking know. We're probably going to cut this out because this is just ridiculous. But like I told you, I'm in a fucking ornery ass mood. I really could throw punch a bitch right now. But I won't. I'm talking to you fuckers instead. What else would qualify me as classy trashy? And by the way, you need no real qualifications to be classy trashy. You can just determine it for yourself. So that if somebody, like, you see somebody judging you or whatever, you can go up to them and say, fuck off, I'm classy trashy. And they just need to appreciate that's who you are. And if they don't, they can fuck off. Okay? So, another classy trashy moment, and listen, if y'all haven't figured it out by now, I'm undiagnosed ADHD. And by the way, I'm not making fun of you fuckers that have been officially diagnosed with it. I just think that I have it because I'm all over the place all the time. My brain is like bouncing back and forth. I feel like I'm in like a pinball machine or some shit. Anyway, another classy trashy story, and this goes back many years. And by the way, it also makes Michael classy trashy. But mostly, he's just trashy. Actually, he's not. He's mostly classy, but sometimes trashy. So he'll fall in the same category as me, classy trashy. So many years ago, we had gone out, and this was back in the day when you only had to pay your babysitter, like when you had 3 kids, like $13 an hour. And we thought that was like exorbitant, ridiculous. But we're like, we're paying this bitch, okay? So we go out to dinner, or we go to a movie or whatever, and we kind of look at each other, we're like, should we go park somewhere and like have a little makeout session or whatever? So we thought that shit would be like fun and spontaneous and trying to pretend like we didn't have 3 screaming little idiots at home. And so we go down this like cul-de-sac, this dead end kind of street, and we're like positioning ourselves to make out. Like, I don't really know what would have happened, but it didn't. And so you know, as we're being a little classy, trashy, like classy, hey, I'm trying to spend time with my husband. That makes me classy. In fact, that makes me a fucking saint. But anyway, what makes us a little trashy is that this old man, as soon as we park, this old man comes out with this gigantic flashlight and flashes it into the car and he goes, "You kids, get the hell out of here." And Michael and I laughed so hard. And number one, because we have 3 kids, but I thought it was great because I thought, oh my God, he thought we were kids. I love it. I mean, I don't care. Makes me classy, trashy. That's what I am. I'll take it. So, another thing that makes me classy, trashy, probably just trashy, is I love a double hamburger from McDonald's. I have no idea what that meat is made out of. None. None. But I pull up in my nice car and I think, I'm going to just be a little classy trashy today and go pick that shit up. I love a double hamburger from McDonald's. I don't know why. It's gross. It's terrible for you. God knows what it's made out of. I know that like you can sit it on the counter for like 4 years and it'll be in the same condition. You probably could eat it after 4 months of being on your counter. Totally disgusting. But I love that shit. Don't know why, but I do. One thing that really just makes me trashy, or a shitty wife, or both, is, you know, when Michael's sick, he doesn't get sick very often, which I'm thankful for. But when he does get sick, you know, I try to take care of him the best I can, you know. I try to bring him Powerade, or, you know, go buy soup, or whatever the fuck I need to do. But I also, like, when he's acting like a giant man baby, like most men do when they were sick, I tend to take video of him being a baby. And I'm sick in the head because I derive pleasure out of recording him acting like a pussy. I'm sorry. It is just who I am. I am a little classy, a little trashy, a little bit terrible person in general. But I'm sorry, I can't help myself. And then later, when he's feeling better, like I know he's survived whatever the episode was that he was dealing with at the time, I send it to the kids. And then we all laugh about it. Makes me kind of a shitty person, not at all classy, 100% trashy, 100% piece of shit. But I'm never going to stop doing it because I think it's hilarious. And I do figure, and I've said this a million times before, that if I'm going to hell, I'm going to have a goddamn good time on the way down there. I don't want to go to hell, but I do think that's where I'm going to end up. So let's just ride that crazy wave, let it go. Oh, you know, after that last commentary, this is probably never going to happen again for me. But I've spoken about it before where Michael is like, wow, shit, excuse me. He says it's the laundry fairy. I do believe, like 98% believe that it's him. But I will rotate laundry all day long like a motherfucker. All day long. Like if we have his family in town, my family in town, like I'm rotating. But I never fold it. I know, it makes me a shitty person. So like, I'll put this giant mountain of clothes on the kitchen table. Most of the time, the laundry fairy folds it. Sometimes the laundry fairy does not fold it, but I fucking hate folding clothes. But I'll be classy and I'll rotate it because I don't want a bunch of skank in the laundry room. But I'm trashy because I'll leave it there like in a wrinkled mound for somebody else to take care of, because folding laundry is just not in the wheelhouse of things I like to do or that I'm especially good at. So I will let somebody else take care of that if they are so inclined to do it. Mostly it's a laundry fairy, but sometimes it could be somebody else. I don't know. But that does make me a little shitty of a person, trashy person. Okay, so I want to tell you something that's actually, it's very classy and very trashy. So my youngest daughter and I went to a museum in Italy. And I think my husband and my oldest daughter, Reagan, were with us at the time. And so Michael and Reagan are like being really serious, looking at all this shit in the museum. And by the way, museums are beautiful, but if you've seen one Italian museum, you've really seen them all. It's like they were basically all built in the same era, and they usually have stuff in there, beautiful works of art. Don't get me wrong, the shit's beautiful. That's what makes me classy, because I can appreciate that. But what made me trashy on that day, what made Riley and I trashy on that day, is that we were walking through this room that had all these busts of men from whatever time era, the Italian men, okay? And, if y'all don't know what a bust is, it's not just the boobs. It's like a bust, like a sculpture of different heads. And so after about the 700, I don't even know what number that is, but after about 700 busts, Riley and I look at each other and decide to play this game, which is called Smash or Pass. And Smash or Pass is when you look at a person or in a painting, like we're at the museums, or at a bust, and you're like, would I fuck that guy just based on the way he looks from here up? Okay? Not actually, like, in theory, I'm not going to be unfaithful to my husband. It was a game. Relax, fuckers. Anyway, so as we're walking through, we're like, pass, pass, pass. And then every once in a while, we would say smash, and then we'd bust out laughing. And by the way, it's also completely inappropriate to bust out laughing in a museum. And I know this, but it's a little tricky for me to control myself. And I really don't want to. That does remind me of one other thing I do that's classy and trashy, is we go to church as often as we can. We don't go regularly. We go when we're in town. Which these days we're bouncing around. And so I'll be in church and everybody's being serious except for me. I mean, I just can't sit quiet in church. I am like a child. I have to sit on my hands in church so I don't poke people and tap people. And like sometimes the organist sounds like he's playing Dracula music and I cannot contain myself. So the classy part of me went to church and I'm trying to be, a good Christian and a good person. But the trashy / inappropriate / going to hell side of me, I just find humor in everything. And that is a blessing and a curse. So if you have anything that you want to post or comment on that you think is trashy and classy, or classy and trash, trashy and classy, or classy trashy, or whatever the fuck. If you've done something, let me know, because I definitely want to hear about it. And make sure that you listen to me on all those bazillion forums, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Amazon Music, and Reagan wrote some shit up there on this thing I can't read because I'm fucking blind. Oh, it says, Gen Zers love my content. Well, I am pretty immature, so I am sure they can totally relate with me, which I love. Anyway, it's great talking to you guys, and I hope you have a good day, good night. And I will tell you, a few sips of this wine and talking to y'all has put me in a better mood. So, always be the way you are, and I've always been this way. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. I don't know what the fuck. I'm done being classy and now I'm ready to just be trashy.
Good.